Hey, what is up guys? Welcome back to another episode of ReaperCast. Today we're going to be talking about something really interesting. We actually have a new archetype here. It's called Magikeys from Dawn of Majesty, This is definitely going to be really cool because of the fact that, firstly, they call themselves Magikeys. I think that's it has that bit of tackiness to it, but at the same time, it does actually seem to be quite a nice name to it. So let's just actually get to it and let's see what this archetype's all about. There's quite a few new cards here, so let's go over all of them. So the first card we have here is called Magikey Skyblaster Clavis. It's a level 4 Dark Warrior type normal monster, 1900 attack and defense, and basically, well, since it's a normal monster, I'll just read up the actual text itself, the flavor text that is. So every person is brimming with potential. To go or to stop, to close or to open depends on yourself. There are many doors in this dazzling world. What opens them is a magical key, 2 keys and 1 door, 2 wills and 1 form. If the door is open, the world shall be connected, and an enormous power shall reveal itself. Definitely very nice. It also kind of hints to what this kind of archetype is themed for. So let's move on and see what the next card is. Oh my goodness, we have a Ritual Tuna monster. That is pretty crazy. A Ritual monster and also a Tuna monster. This is going to be fun. If this is an all-round mixed archetype with mixed mechanics, I'll love this so much. So we have over here Magikey Blaster, Batos Buster, level 4 Dark Machine Ritual Tuna effect monster, 2000 attack, 2200 defense, and you can ritual summon this card with Magikey Tech. You can only use this first effect of this card's name once per turn. So first effect, if it's ritual summon, you could add 1 Magikey card from your deck to your hand. Instantly, just a really amazing card, just searches out your stuff. So right over there, I already like it. Second effect, once per turn, when an attack is declared involving this card and an opponent's monster with the same attribute as the normal monster or Magikey monster in your graveyard, you can place any number of cards from your hand on the bottom of your deck, and if you do, negate that opponent's monster's effects until the end of this turn. Then draw cards equal to the number of cards you placed. That's pretty good because you're not necessarily losing stuff. If anything, you're cycling your deck, getting better cards for yourself, at the same time also negating. I absolutely love this particular effect. So overall, the first card here is already just really amazing. Of course, we have the normal monster, but the first main ritual monster here, just absolutely amazing, love it. And of course the artwork just looks really awesome as well, really dynamic and definitely stands out. Alright, so moving on here, our next card is Magikey Ken Gar's Vet. Very interesting naming, of course. Level 8 Earth Machine Ritual Effect Monster, 2000 attack, 2800 defense. You can ritual summon this card with Magikey Tech. You can only use the second and third effects of this card's name once per turn. First effect, it gains 300 attack for each monster attribute in your graveyard. Making it very interesting, that means it's also going to be mixed attribute, which means it's not going to be as vulnerable to your opponents in specific kind of ways. But second effect, when your opponent activates the effect of a monster with the same attribute as a monster in your graveyard, and you control this card ritual summon using monsters with 2 or more attributes, quick effect, you can negate the activation, and if you do, destroy that monster. So right off the bat, we have 2 ritual monsters and both of them can actually negate. That's absolutely amazing, very impressed by that. And finally, for the third effect, if this card is ritual summoned and sent to the graveyard, you can add 1 Magikey monster from your deck to your hand. So again, more consistency. I absolutely love this deck so far, really amazing, and I don't even care about what other archetypes are actually coming in this set. I kind of already know that I'm going to be building this deck, like regardless, so definitely very nice. Moving on here, we have Magikey Summon Beast and Lobolus. Very interesting naming here. Level 4 Dark Beast Fusion Tuna Effect Monster, very interesting. Attack 2200, 2000 defense. So again, more tuna monsters. We've yet to see a synchro monster, but for now we've saw rituals, we've seen normal monsters, we've seen tuna monsters, and now we're moving on to fusion monsters as well. I love the variety of all these cards. Materials require 1 Magikey monster and 1 non-token normal monster. The first effects can only be used once per turn. So if this card is fusion summoned, you could add a Magikey Tech from your graveyard to your hand. So great card again for consistency. A lot of searching with this deck. So if your opponent actually activates something, say like Mistake, then I could say that you're pretty screwed, but either way, this is still definitely something that I like about a deck. I like the consistency with being able to search out things. Second effect, once per turn, you can target one opponent's attacking monster, attack position monster with the same attribute as a normal monster or Magikey monster in your graveyard, change it to defense, and if you do, it loses 1000 defense. Not bad, but not the best either. And finally, third effect, banish any monster destroyed by battle with this card. Alright, that's kind of great because in the second effect, it kind of works in that same manner where you're building up to the third effect where you're weakening the opponent's monster, ensuring you get rid of it to actually banish it. So, not too bad at all. Obviously not a boss monster, but again, it's still something that I find to be quite a viable beater. The next card we have here is another fusion monster, now a bigger monster this time, Magikey Summon Dragon, Andra Bemis, level 8 Wind Dragon Fusion Effect Monster, 2000 defense, 2800 attack. Requires a Magikey Effect Monster and 1 non-token normal monster, which makes sense, you have a normal monster in the deck anyway. First effect, when fusion summoned, your opponent cannot activate cards or effects. I absolutely love that already. Second effect, once per turn, you can target 1 normal monster or Magikey monster in your graveyard, destroy all monsters your opponent controls with the same attribute. Pretty amazing, but so far we only have a dark monster, so it does make me think, but then again it could be any Magikey monster, so the more variety in archetypes or attributes that is, the better. We have already seen earth, we've seen dark, and now we're looking at wind as well, so definitely very nice here. Third effect, once per turn, if an opponent's monster with the same attribute as a monster in your graveyard is destroyed by battle or card effect, and you control this card fusion summoned using monsters with 2 or more attributes as material, you can draw 1 card. So again, pretty nice boss monster, good attack to actually get over quite a few monsters out there, but at the same time also having its own gimmick to potentially wipe the board clean, but at the same time also preventing your opponents from actually responding as well. So quite nice about this card here. Alright, so next here we have a normal spell card. This is called Magikey Tech. So this is weird because it's Magikey Tech and it's supposed to be the card to actually allow us to ritual summon, but I guess not. So its effect is fusion summon 1 Magikey fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters from your hand or field as fusion material, or ritual summon 1 Magikey ritual monster from your hand by tributing monsters from your hand or field whose total levels equal or exceed the level of the ritual monster. Alright then, that's actually great because this can act as both a ritual and fusion spell. Absolutely amazing, very unique, and I already love the versatility of just the 1 card alone. But there's more. If you control a normal monster, you can also send 1 normal monster from your deck to your graveyard as a fusion material or as one of the monsters required for the ritual summon. Absolutely amazing, kind of like a fusion and ritual summon card, but also paired with the advanced ritual arts as well, which is very nice. Moving on here, we have the field spell. A deck is not complete without a field spell, right? Magikey Unsealing. You can only activate 1 card with this card's name per turn. You can only use the third effect of this card's name per turn. First effect, when this card resolves, you can add 1 Magikey monster from your deck to your hand. Absolutely amazing, instantly a searcher, it's a 3-of in the deck, even if it's a hard once per turn. Second effect, the first time each normal monster you control would be destroyed by battle or card effect each turn, except tokens, it is not destroyed. So again, great defense. Third effect, during your main phase you can add 1 Magikey Tech from your deck to your hand, then place 1 card from your hand on the bottom of your deck. So just an all-round great card. This is actually a really amazing card, to be honest. Like, there's nothing wrong with it whatsoever. This is a really good field spell, and I think this deck is actually quite promising, to be honest. Like, I think this is going to be quite a strong deck. Moving on here, we have some trap cards now. So we have a normal trap card, Connected Magikey. Target 1 normal monster or Magikey monster in your graveyard, add it to your hand, then apply one of these effects. either fusion summon one Magikey fusion monster from your extra deck in defense, using monsters from your hand or field as fusion material, or ritual summon a Magikey ritual monster from your hand in defense by attributing monsters from your hand or field whose total levels equal or exceed the level of the ritual monster. So just an all-round great defense card to give you versatility in both fusion or ritual summons. Absolutely amazing. Keep in mind, we had the fusion monster that could actually stop the like monsters or opponents' card effects. So you could actually use this trap card kind of like as a way to shut down your opponent, which is absolutely amazing. And finally, we have a counter trap card, which is quite amazing to see a counter trap card for once. Definitely something that is kind of forgotten, but glad to see it's brought back. So we have Magikey Lock Unlock. You can activate one card with this card's name per turn. When your opponent activates a spell or trap card while you control a Magikey ritual monster or a Magikey monster special summon from the extra deck, negate that activation, and if you do, destroy that card. Then you can declare one attribute, and if you do, all face-up monsters your opponent currently controls becomes the declared attribute until the end of this turn, which is a great way to again set up for more shenanigans later on with your deck. Absolutely loving this particular card, loving this whole deck, all about negations, something I absolutely love because it gives you a great setup. I'm pretty sure this deck might actually become one of those top decks out there, and it is actually quite scary because if it is one of those top decks out there, the problem is the deck might actually be very expensive once the set actually comes out. So hopefully that's not the case. Hopefully this is more of a casual deck, but by the looks of things, it seems like you could set up so many different negates out there, and you could set up really amazing combos. And this is just the first set of cards. There's a total of 9 cards right now. Can't wait to actually see what other cards are out there, because keep in mind, there could be more attributes like water or fire, and that's just going to be really scary. But of course, this counter trap is just yeah, it's just really amazing. There's nothing that could really stop it unless your opponent is playing like a solemn judgment, so that's going to be a hefty cost for them. However, with that being said, this was pretty much the new archetype. Absolutely amazing. Definitely let me know what you guys think about this. I am definitely going to be building this deck. There's no questions about it. This is actually becoming more favorable than the Doremichords. I wanted to actually build the Doremichords from the other sets, but in this, I think there's no questions asked. This is actually going to be a better set than the Doremichords. So I am definitely, well, a better archetype that is. So I'm actually going to favor this particular archetype over the Doremichords, but I don't know, let me know what you guys actually think about this. If you enjoyed this video, definitely drop a like and also share it, but don't forget to subscribe for more videos just like this, it really helps. However, with that being said, I hope you guys have a great day. I'll see you all next time.